What's up, guys? This is Rob with Black Hill Woodwork, and in today's video we're gonna hopefully be turning this. All right, guys, we're back in the shop. Got this thing. It is huge. I don't know if you guys could tell from the camera, but this thing is at least 50 pounds. That's why I'm out of breath talking right now. I just had to carry it from my porch into the garage. I just spent the last hour trying to change the chain on my chainsaw and realized that the chain is 16 inches when my chainsaw is a 14-inch chainsaw. So I'm using a dull chainsaw and I'm gonna try to cut this thing in half. A little bit to the left of the pith, all the way through. I don't know if my chainsaw is gonna be able to handle it, but that's what we're gonna have to do.
Two hours later.
Two huge crotch bowls. I'm gonna pick one of them. I don't know which one yet. Get my template out and cut out a bowl blank on the bandsaw. All right, guys, here it is. This thing is still huge. Definitely doesn't look perfect. I thought I did pretty good on the bandsaw, but doesn't really look like it. So I'll have to find the center again and then put it on the lathe. So let's get to it, I guess. That was a lot of work, but I am pretty impressed with my bandsaw, how it was able to cut through it. Let's go to the lathe. All right, guys, so here it is. I found the middle again since I didn't turn or I didn't cut a perfect circle. Took away the bark with a chisel because you want this going straight into the wood, not the bark. So let's connect it between centers and see how it turns. Tell you one thing, holding this piece up with one hand is a workout. I'm going to be spinning at 400 RPMs, the absolute slowest I possibly can, because this thing is just so unbalanced. And I'll definitely be speeding up and cutting out a lot of the turning, because this is going to take a long time. This is a huge bowl, and I only have about 30 minutes left on my GoPro. So let's turn it on, start turning, and see what comes out of this. I never talked about the wood. I think it's oak. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure, but not 100%. So if you guys have any better ideas, or if you could confirm if it's oak or not, please let me know in the comments. All right, let's get started. Here's where we're at. Super long ways to go. You know, luckily this wood is very green. You could tell it's very wet, just looking at the shavings as well. So it is cutting fairly easy. Basically our main goal right now is just to take off as much material as we can and make it balanced. Oh my gosh. I think we did it. I think we did it. I need to clean up the bottom, of course, make the tenon, but I think we are finally done doing the outside of this bowl. It's not bouncing around anymore. Well, let me see. It's bouncing around very minimally. enough that I can work with it. And yeah, so we're good. Let's finish up the bottom and then flip it around. Let me go get my scraper and make the tenon. Okay, let's take this monster off the lathe, turn it around. Alright guys, so we flipped it around. I'm gonna start hollowing it out. I am going for a live edge, so with the bark all around the rim, but the bark does start to come off. I'll just end up sanding it and make it a natural edge. So that would be fine too, doesn't really matter to me. I like both of them. So we will be using tailstock support for as long as we can, just because this bowl is huge. And I do trust the tenon, but I will feel more comfortable with some tail support. All right. I mean, we're going for sure. I'd say we're about halfway there. Just got to keep going a little deeper and we'll be done. But look at this crazy shape. That's why it's so unbalanced. It's just because of this hump right here. I definitely could have, pulled this piece back a little bit to try to align it with, this side right here. But I like the look of it. It's definitely not balanced at all, but I think it looks a little odd, and I like odd. So let's adjust this if I can. Boom, boom. All right, just got to keep on going. I think we are done. Oh my gosh. This bowl. To be honest, it wasn't horrible to turn. It's just huge. It really is. It might not be big in your guys' standards or what you guys see on YouTube, but for me, this is a big bowl. I think it's 13 inches. And it was very heavy also. So here it is. I like the grain a lot from the CROTCH bowl. A lot of CROTCH bowls have some really nice grain. I'm gonna sand it from 80 to 400 grit. Maybe use some Yorkshire grit on this one, I'm not sure. It is kind of wet, so I'm not sure how well I could even sand it. I'll end up putting some CA glue all around the bark just to harden it up and make sure it doesn't fly away or fall off. I don't know why I said fly away. I'm done turning it. It shouldn't fly. So it doesn't fall off. And then yeah, we'll put some finish on it and it'll be all done. Here's what it looks like after sanding. 80 to 400 grit. Not done yet though. Some Yorkshire grit. This is the original, not the one that I usually use, the white one. This one's a little bit more abrasive, which is kind of what I'm looking for. So I'll be buffing it with this Yorkshire grit. I have this little pad attached to my drill. So here's a little sneak peek of what it's gonna look like. I still got a lot of this abrasive paste, so I'll be doing this for the next maybe 5 minutes until it's all completely off. I'll wipe it down, sand the bottom, and then apply the finish. But if you guys stayed this far into the video, thank you, appreciate it. Hit that like, subscribe button, stay tuned for future videos. So I sanded the bottom. Here's what the bowl's looking like. Here's the bottom. Put some CA glue on the bark just to keep it nice and strong. And now I guess it's time for some finish. Here's what the inside looks like. Pretty cool. I don't know what's going on down here, but I like it. I think it has something to do with the crotch bowl. You can see here was one branch, here was the second one, and it made for some pretty cool grain right here. So I'll do the outside, buff it off in 15 minutes, and you guys will see the results. Peace.